Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is your coach, Magnifico. We are excited. We're starting multiplication, and it's a very good skill to have, my friends. What do you think, Batman? Yes, I think students need to really practice multiplication. I know we have calculators, but using your brain and pencil and paper makes you more efficient. Batman, I could not have said it better. Thank you very much for encouraging my students to do well in school. My pleasure, Coach Magnifico. Oh, Batman. Well, have a wonderful day, Batman. Let me teach my lesson. You heard The Dark Knight, my friends. So make sure you are learning your multiplication tables and practicing these kind of multiplications on your own. So today's lesson 8, module 2, and we're going to fluently multiply multi-digit whole numbers. We're going to use the standard algorithm, and we're going to use estimation to check. Let me model that for you, my friends. Okay, so first of all, we're going to estimate. So that way we know how close we are to our answer. So we know that this number 314 is between two numbers. That number is between 300 and 400. And we know that it's closer to 300, not 400, my friends. Now we're going to round this number to a number that is that are around this number. So 200 is the first number, and 300 will be the next number up. And we know that this number 236 is closer to 200. Now let's just make a conclusion right here, my friends, because we rounded this number down from 314 to 300, and we rounded 236 down to 200, then the answer is going to be less. The answer is going to be smaller. So if we multiply 3 times 2, so that's 3 times 2, times how many zeros you see? Well, every zero represents a 10. So how many zeros is that? That is 4 tens, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. When you do this multiplication, my friends, it's 3 times 2 equals 6, times, we know that 10 times 10 equals 100, times 10 times 10 equals 100. Now we can say that, well, let's continue with this. So we know that 1 times 1 equals 1, and that 100 times 100 equals 10,000. And how do I know? Well, if you look at this zeros, you have 4 zeros here, you have 4 zeros here. That means you have to have the same number of zeros on your answer. So when you multiply this, it's going to be 60,000, the answer. 6 times 10,000 equals 60,000. So since we rounded down to these numbers, 300 and 200, the answer is going to be, the actual answer is going to be greater than 60,000. We can say that the actual, let's write this down so we know what we're talking about, my friends. Actual answer must be greater than 60,000, because that's a rounding. That's how we check. So when we multiply, we have to be close to that number but higher. Well, let's do our multiplication here. So let's multiply the 6. So I tell my students that this, when you're doing this, is like multiplying 314 times 6. So that's what we're going to do right here. 6 times 4 equals 24. You carry 2 over. 6 times 1 equals 6, plus 2 equals 8. And 6 times 3 equals 18. Now if I do it isolated, and like here, it should be the same answer. 6 times 4 equals 24. You carry 2 over. 6 times 1 equals 6, plus 2 equals 8. And 6 times 3 equals 24. No, I'm sorry. 6 times equals 18, my friends. What is the matter with me? See, now I know that I'm making a mistake right here. So all I got to do is correct it. So the answer here will be, I'm going to do it one more time. 6 times 4 equals 24. Carry 2 over. 6 times 1 equals 6 plus 2 equals 8. And 6 times 3 equals 18. So the answers match. Okay. Now we're going to multiply that 3/10 times 314. So I show my students that that's another multiplication on the side. It is the same number times 3/10. So that will be 3/10 is written as 30. Okay, now don't multiply the 0, my friends. We can just add it here, because when we place a 0 next to a number, that means that number was multiplied by 10. So now we'll multiply 3 times 4 equals 12. We carry 1 over. We'll do the same thing right here. 3 times 4 equals 12 over. Let's add the 0. Let's write the 0. 3 times 4 equals 12. We carry 1 over. So we're going to write that, make it a 1. 3 times 1 equals 3 plus 1 equals 4. Now let's do that over here. 3 times 1 equals 3 plus 1 equals 4. 3 times 3 equals 9. And over here again is 3 times 3 equals 9. So the answer is the same. See, even when I isolate them, you can see that the answer is the same. Now we're going to multiply that number on the top, the 314 times 200. So let's do it right here also isolated. 314 times, because that's 200, we have to write 200. So here's what happens, my friend. We know when we have a 2 zeros, I mean, you can just write them down, because that means you multiply it by 100. And now we can do the multiplication. 2 times 4 equals 8. And we're going to do the same thing here on this multiplication. Because it was multiplied by 100, we have to add that, write the 2 zeros. So first number is 2 times 4 equals 8. Now the second number is 2 times 1 equals 2. And do this up here. 2 times 1 equals 2. Now we'll move down here. 2 times 3 equals 6. And on the top is the same. 200 times 300 equals 6. Now we can see that the answers are the same. It was 62,800. Now all we have to do is add them up, my friends. 4 plus 0 plus 0 equals 4. 8 plus 2 equals 10, plus 0 equals 10. Carry 1 over. 8 plus 1 equals 9. 9 plus 4 equals 13. 13 plus 8 equals 21. And we carry 2 over. So now we have the 2 plus the 1 equals 3. 3 plus 9 equals 12. And 12 plus 2 equals 14. And we carry 1 over. And the answer over here on this side is 74. And then we count 1, 2, 3. Now we have the total of 74,104, my friends. Now, we concluded at the beginning that the answer must be the actual answer, which is this is the actual answer, must be greater than 60,000, and it is. So our solution to this problem is perfect, and we are being successful. My friends, practice this and you feel so good when you get this done that you're going to be saying, I am the best. I am the best thing that happened to me. Please repeat that when you do these kinds of problems and you understand it. It is magical. Signing out from Gravity 2, my friends, your coach, Mr. Magnifico.